SportsWrap continues. Good to have you with us. Let's talk some NASCAR. Las Vegas, Pennzoil 400 coming up this weekend, and we've decided to give it its due attention, being that we're based out here in Vegas. We're a national show, but we're based in Vegas, so we thought a good idea to talk to some of the drivers that are going to be coming out here. I have made it official. It'll be my first NASCAR race coming up on Sunday, and I can't wait. And we're talking about it with Bubba Wallace, who hangs out with us on the show, the number 23 car, Michael Jordan's team. And Bubba, look, it's been a nice start to the season for you. You know, stage points, which is something we've noted on the show, that it almost feels like there's been a strategy in place for your team in terms of trying to stack up those team points or those stage points early on in the year. Is there a concerted effort on your part to try and get those in situations where you might feel like you have a good car, but maybe not good enough to win a race?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to be fluid with the situations. We actually had a good meeting about exactly that yesterday. Just taking it's early enough to take the risk. If we don't feel like it's our best day, then, try to do something. There's a couple guys in the field that really capitalize on that each and every weekend. They give themselves that one shot, and I don't know the success rate on it, but it's better than never giving yourself the shot. And so I think we're a little bit more fluid in those motions this year, and it's been good to see. Take responsibility and capitalize on that. For Coda example, we scored 30 points, but we finished 20th, but it was, because of stage points. So last week in Phoenix, that one kind of sucked, only scoring 8 points. So that one set us back a little bit, but it's early on. We're excited to show up to Vegas. Did a lot of prep work today for this weekend, so ready to get there and hit the ground rolling.
Phoenix looks like a wild ride. I mean, watching that race, I watched it from start to finish, and Phoenix looks like a wild ride. You never know if there's going to be a big one or multiple big ones. In your case, it was just a tire or a rotor or the brakes. Give us a sense of what happened there later in the race.
Yeah, well, from the race standpoint, it was a strange Phoenix because normally you have one or two cautions, and that's kind of it. Well, I guess we all woke up and decided to choose violence on Sunday, so it was caution fest. But for us, it was a grind. We weren't the best of cars by any means. It was kind of a slap in the face from what we thought we had on Saturday. And so we were just kind of biding our time and got in a position to capitalize on a top 10. Still a lot of laps left. But yeah, our brakes ended up exploding from too much heat, and that took us out of contention. So
we had Kyle Larson on the show last week. He was in town to promote the Pennzoil 400. Mm-hmm. And I asked him about you because he said something during the press availability amongst all the media where he talked about the respect he has for you, not just because of what you do on the track. And there's always media trying to stir up trouble, and they're like, hey, what do you think of Bubba Wallace? And he's too smart to fall. He's way too smart to take the bait for that.
Yeah.
But he actually used it as an opportunity to praise you and to talk about sort of not just what you go through as an on-the-track racer, but he feels like you almost have to deal with extra because of a lot of the things that are said and because of, as he used it, the way you look off the track. And I thought it was really interesting that he went out of his way to really praise you. So I'm not saying you have to say something nice about Kyle right now, but at the same time, I thought it was really interesting that he went out of his way to talk about you that way.
Yeah, no, Larson and I have had a history, of course, and it goes back to the K&N days. We had never seen eye to eye. He had jumped in my ride at Rev Racing back in 2010 or 12, and ended up winning the championship. I was in the JGR car then, but he didn't give me the credit because I almost wrecked his ass in that race because he chopped me in 2012. And so he should have thanked me for winning that championship. But no. We've had a history just from the Cup side of stuff, obviously dating back a couple of years ago. But I quickly realized that Larson's one of the best talents that any of us have ever seen. And the thing about me saying that is not a jealous bone in my body saying that. It's an impressive bone to see what every form of race car that he can jump in and be successful at, and right away. And it makes you think about the time frame or the ladder of progression. Like, can quickly be like, well, damn, why isn't that me? I just appreciate me being in the same realm as him, being able to witness that, and it gives us all hope that maybe we'll be there one day as good as him. So Kyle's his attitude about the good days is he's pumped, but the attitude about his bad days, it's not so bad to him. And so there's some ways that you can mimic that, and I feel like I have a little bit, especially this year, like after Phoenix. It is what it is. So you just kind of move on. But yeah, I think we have a lot of respect for each other, despite what the media will try to stir up or our past history. We get along fine, and it's fun racing against him.
Your last win in Kansas in 2022, when it's been that long, can you find yourself pressing in those situations when it gets to a moment where there's sort of a crossroads in a race, and it's that opportunity to either get in front and try to get that win? Tell me the mindset of a driver in that position as you search for that next win.
Yeah, it reminds me of, it's been 2 years, but when Blaney when he won after his drought, 2023 at the Coke 600. Excuse me. He mentioned in his interview, he was like, I appreciate everybody for believing in me, because you never know if it's going to happen again. You never know if you're going to be able to do it again after being so long. And, for sure, I have those moments where you think about that. Can I still do it? I feel like I can, but it seems like the opportunities are slim to none. And so I think that was one of our main focuses going into this year is give us more chances of running inside the top 5 and let me go out there and lose 4 before winning that 1. But never having a dog in the fight, if you say, it's hard to do. And so I feel like this year will be our strongest one yet. The way I'm approaching the season, each and every race is different. From the team side, there's a lot of good that is coming our way that we have an opportunity to capitalize on. And so when it's been a long drought, you put that to the side, you don't think about it, and you just go out and give it your all each and every weekend.
Well, I got to tell you something. You got a new fan. Since I started watching and really getting in deep into it last year, I've loved watching you. We always look at your odds every week, and we're like, is this the week Bubba finally gets a win? We're pulling for you this week. I want to wish you the best of luck at the Pennzoil 400. We'll see you out here in a few days.
Cool. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it, man.